Have you guys ever wondered why we change clocks twice a year? The main reason for daylight savings time is to make better use of the days during the summer. So every year, starting on December 21st, winter solstice, it starts the shortest day of the year. And from then on, the sun sets later in the evening. So according to 8 Things You May Not Know About Daylight Savings by Christopher Klein at History.com, contrary to popular belief, farmers do not benefit from daylight savings time. Daylight savings time also affects different regions differently, and it depends on where you're located from the equator. Daylight savings time affects people differently depending on where they live along the equator, and people that live on the equator do not experience daylight savings. According to Daylight Savings Time by Michael Duma at webexhibit.org, they experience daylight savings because day and night are equal, so the people on the equator, they don't have to deal with it. Also, they're in the tropics, so they don't have like summer and winter transitions, so they don't really have to worry about it, versus the people that live in the north and closer to the north and the south poles who do experience winter transitions. So people who live near the poles, it shows that there has been, they save more energy during that time. A study done by U.S. Transportation shows that 1% of energy was saved every day during daylight savings. Daylight savings was first implemented to conserve energy during war. According to Does Daylight Savings Really Save Energy? By Stephanie Popeyes at LiveScience.com. However, after later studies, the cost of saving on lighting was offset by new cooling systems. So during winter time, houses and businesses that work in the early mornings, they would actually use more energy than, more electricity than they save during daylight savings time. Daylight savings time originated in around the 1700s and blossomed to what we know today. Though many people believe that Benjamin Franklin invented daylight savings, he did not. According to 8 Things You May Not Know About Daylight Savings by Christopher Klein, he just suggested to change the sleeping schedule and not the actual time. He wrote a satirical essay about how the French people should wake up earlier instead of using all this money on candles. So, because during the summer, the days are, much longer. In addition, William Willett was the first person who started campaigning for the change in time, and he campaigned to change the time during April to October because he believed that people should go out and enjoy more sunlight. And I actually have one of his campaign posters. He was a wealthy guy, and so he used a portion of his wealth to start campaigning to make this into law. So you guys can pass that around. The first country to implement daylight savings time was Germany to conserve during World War II, which is pretty terrible. But daylight savings was not meant to benefit farmers. It actually hindered a lot of farmers from work because farmers actually depend on the position of the sun instead of clocks. So the people that work for them, they look at the clocks for work, and so they would go home early and leave the farmers with excess work that they had to do. Also, not everybody in the United States use daylight savings time. People in Arizona, Hawaii, and U.S. territories do not use daylight savings time. Overall, daylight savings time is pretty beneficial. I mean, it helps people use more of their day during the summer. It's been used since World War II and still today, and I believe it's probably going to be used in the future because, I mean, it's the most efficient way to use your time during the summer and stuff. And I also have another poster when the United States first implemented daylight savings. It says, "Victory, Congress passes daylight savings bill. Get your hoe ready." You can pass that around.
Innuendos.